Hello, everyone. It is lovely to see you all. And just closing my door in the background so that you can see a white background, not into the depths of my house. So today I thought that what we would chat about is this idea of habits creating our results. And it's an interesting topic because sometimes we sort of behave as though we're surprised about certain results that happen in our life. And we can be surprised that we can appear as though we're surprised that certain things happen, and yet it's our habits, or very often our own actions, that have created the result in the first place. So some of us can be in a certain amount of denial about the fact that our lives are directly connected to what we do. And of course, what we do is directly connected to what we believe and our attitudes and our mindset, etc. So there's that link, there's that linear link that happens with your values, attitudes, beliefs making up your mindset, and then your mindset preceding your behavior, and your behavior preceding your results. So if you drew it in like a iceberg, sort of a pattern, then you would have your behaviors and results at the top, and then you would have your mindset, and then you would have the results would be at the top of that then. So if you think about how this works in your world, I just want you to think about a habit that you have in your world. Now, if you look at one habit, and your habit might be that when the alarm goes off, you hit it 2 or 3 different times before you get out of bed. Okay, so in the scheme of things, that is a small habit. It is something that you just do. You're just tapping the alarm a few times and it gives you 5, 10, 15 minutes extra in bed. In the scheme of things, you might argue that that's a perfectly innocuous kind of a habit. But what happens with habits is that they very often are utilized in a similar way in other parts of our world and other parts of our life. So the tapping the alarm over here becomes procrastinating over here, becomes avoidance over here, becomes something else in the next place. And as you can see, all of those habits are directly linked and connected together. And they're also things that we are doing or we are not doing. This is the other thing about your habits. No one else owns your habits. There's no one else that you can blame. There's no one else that you can hold responsible. The only people that are responsible for your habits are you, or my habits are me. And that, at the same time as being a scary thought, it's also a very empowering thought. It's a very empowering thought because if you want to have different results in your life, then you know that all you need to do is to develop different habits, and those habits will deliver different results and different outcomes in your life. So I want you to think about your own life for a second. Think about your relationships to start with. Is there anything else? Is there anything in the world of your relationships that you would like to be different? Do you want to feel more love? Do you want to feel more loved by your partner? Do you want to feel more connected to your kids? What is it that you would like to change? And what are you prepared to do in order to generate that result or generate that outcome? It's all well and good to point the finger at the other person about what they're not doing or how they're not being a great partner or they're not being a great child. But if you are taking full and complete personal responsibility, you want to ask yourself that question. What is it that I could be doing differently in order to create a different result? In what way could I behave differently in order to create a different outcome? And it's really through that power of taking extreme responsibility for those things in your life that you actually get to choose a different habit, choose to develop a different habit, which will create a different result. Now, there's lots of different ways you can develop new habits, but the best book on this is by James Clear, and he is the author of Atomic Habits. If you are interested in the field of habits, then I highly recommend his book. He started off as just as someone who was also interested in habits, and he used to collect a whole bunch of research and articles and blogs and things that he found that were talking about the way that we implement habits in our life. And he started implementing certain habits in his own life and switching things out and experimenting with his own habits. So his story is really quite interesting. He's also very good when you're wanting to develop a new habit. He has a couple of different frameworks that he suggests for the development of a new habit. But what I would suggest to you is keep in mind that the thing that is beneath habits is how you feel about something. What we are usually seeking in any given time or any given situation, we're usually seeking a feeling. We want to feel happy, or we want to feel connected, or we want to feel loved. And there's a whole range of different things that we are willing to do in order to get those feelings. So keep in mind, underneath any habit, it doesn't matter what the habit is, underneath those habits are the feelings that you have. And it is always those feelings that you have that either make it possible for you to change a habit or make it difficult for you to change a habit. If you just take losing weight as an example, you might want to lose weight. Maybe that's your goal. You might also not want to, but for the sake of the example, if you want to lose weight, it's actually not weight loss that you want. It's usually that you want to feel better, or you want to look better, or you want to be able to move more, or you want to feel more active. There will always be a feeling beneath the habit that you're trying to create. If you understand that feeling, you can understand that it's that feeling that drives our ability to develop the new habit or not. So that's really the place to start looking. It's like looking under the hood of your car and finding out what's going on when you've broken down. Except you're looking under the hood of yourself and you're looking for the feeling, and you're working out which feeling it is that you are trying to get as a result of changing a habit. So like I said earlier, seek out Atomic Habits as the book if you're wanting to find out more details about how habits work. And if you would like to know more about how mindset works, and mindset and habits are like that, directly related, then we have a mindset certification program coming up for you in, when is it? It's in September the 2nd. And the cool thing about it now is that it's all going to be on Zoom. So it doesn't matter where you are on the world, you can jump into our mindset certification and you can understand how to measure people's mindsets and then implement a behavior change program and remeasure the mindset at the end of it. So this is perfect for teachers or coaches or leaders or managers. So we would love to see you in our mindset certification. Take care.